Listings like these custom pet photo shirts, mugs, wall art, ornaments, blankets, and more are killing it on Etsy and making sales for sellers just like you right now on the platform. And before, you used to have really some design experience to be able to take someone's custom pet photo and turn it into, say, a line drawing or into some kind of more custom artwork, even just deleting the background. If you're brand new, that can feel like a lot to learn. But there's been some advancements lately with new AI tools like ChatGPT's 4.0 model and Playground connecting with them that make it easier than ever before, even if you've never designed anything in your life or if you don't even know how to print and ship any items. So in this video, I'll show you how you can get started literally today, easy as pie, without having to print or ship anything yourself. And if we haven't met before, then hi, my name is Cassie Johnson. I'm a 7-figure Etsy seller that has helped thousands of other sellers just like you get started and scale their Etsy businesses without any design experience and without having to print and ship anything themselves using a process called print on demand. Print on demand is a really cool process where you just make the designs and upload them for sale online, and then you don't actually get anything made until a customer orders it. And at that point, your print production partner, which I recommend using is Printify, will actually print your item and ship it to your customer directly for you. So all you have to do is make great designs and have great customer service. So anytime you want to start selling something on Etsy, it's really important to do your market research because believe it or not, it's actually better if there's other sellers selling what you want to sell in your store, especially if they're getting a lot of sales. Because that means on a platform like Etsy that a ton of people are coming to Etsy, searching for those items and purchasing them literally today, which means that if you add value with your designs and do things a little bit different, combine different trends together, that you can really get a cut of that pie and get some sales in your very own store. And that's what I'll show you in this video, some really fun ways that I think you could add value in the custom pet photo niche and get some sales today. So coming over to Etsy, I typed in custom dog shirt. Now you can sell custom dog anything, but I just think this is a good example, and I love selling clothing items, but you can sell custom dog really anything. So to do your market research, what you're looking for is items with bestseller badges, popular now badges, and have sold a bunch. So you can see here, there's so many with bestseller badges right in these listings, and you can click on these and look and see how many reviews they have to get a good idea of how often they're selling, or even better yet, if it says at the top of the screen, like this is sold X amount of times in the last 24 hours, then that's great. Now, if you really get going with your business and you want to invest, one thing I really recommend is the Everbee Chrome extension. So that I have built in right here. If I click Product Analytics, I can actually use some really cool sorting features to do my market research so much faster and easier. So one thing I like to do is click this Search the Entire Database. And so again, we're gonna do custom dog shirt, we'll say for example, and here you can actually sort every custom dog shirt on Etsy, and you can see these top 3. This one has sold 35,000 times in 14 months. This one has sold 29,000 times in 21 months. This one down here has sold 27,000 times in 18 months. And even this one here has sold 20,000 times in 11 months. Now that is just bonkers numbers. So just to give you an idea of how much money you can make with these types of items, let's take this one for example. This one's not actually $10, that's just one random item. So if we look in here and we see, okay, a black comfort color shirt in extra large, they're selling that for $24.99. With shipping, they're charging $5.99. And so they're really charging $30.98 for this shirt. On Printify, again, this is the company that would actually print and ship your items for you anytime you got an order. If you click the same Comfort Colors brand shirt here, you can see how much you'll pay for it. I like to click choose manually, and I really like using this Swift POD company right here. If you click provider info, you can see your cost, $14.63 plus $4.75 shipping, or if you pay for Printify Premium, which I definitely recommend you do, you only have to be making about 10 or 15 sales a month for that to pay itself off. Then you'd only be paying $11.30 for the shirt, and you'd be paying $4.75 for shipping. So if I type that into the income and expense calculator that I have available down below, below. You can see if you sell it for $30.98 total and your cost is $16.05, after all the fees to sell on Etsy, you'd make $11.54 in profit. And so for this item to have sold 19,067 times, let's see, 19,697 times the $11.54 that they would make in profit if we were selling these, that's $227,000 in profit. Divided by 11 months, that's $20,600 per month that they've made on average with this listing. Now that is crazy. And they weren't even the top one on this list. These ones, if we did this one's math for $35,000 in 14 months, it would be even crazier. But they aren't the only ones. If you keep scrolling down, there's so many listings on Etsy that have gotten massive, massive sales selling custom photo dog items. But it's not just old sellers who've been on the platform for a long, long time. If I use Everbee's filters right here, I can actually sort and say, okay, I want to see stores who are less than, say, 6 months old. You can see this listing has sold 273 times, 269 times. This one's a custom pet photo that added value in a different way and is sold 168 times. Now, even those, if you can have 5, 10, 20, 30 listings that are making some sales in your store, it really can add up to be a really great side income. So now that we know the demand is there and that people are coming to Etsy and searching and purchasing thousands of custom pet photo items every single day on the platform, let's take a look over at my favorite AI design software, Playground. So the reason why I really like this, especially if you're a beginner to designing with AI, is their templates. So they have all of these different templates where you can have something to kind of get started with. You're not starting from scratch. You can click one of these templates, you can type in a prompt, and it can change it to a totally different style. Like this camping life one, it looks like someone turned it into country life, and they didn't have to actually make these graphics. Or tropical life, right? And so you're able to get some completely different results, but you're not starting from scratch. So you can absolutely go straight to ChatGPT, sign up for them and pay for that software, but you're gonna have to really find your own prompts and figure out what you want it to look like. So what I actually recommend is getting started with Playground, finding some prompts that work well for you, and then eventually you can take those designs that you've already made and you can even use those in ChatGPT, but this is gonna be such an easy starting point. Now, for what I'm about to show you with the custom photos, I will tell you that you do need the pro version of Playground. There is a free version that you can do a lot of really fun stuff with, but for this, you will need the pro version, which is $15 per month. So let's get started. I came up with a couple ideas. I scrolled through the search results and found some templates that I think would be good examples, because you can't just make another exact copy of those like bootleg custom dog photo shirts and get sales. To get sales in 2025, you're gonna have to be creative, you're gonna have to add value, and I'll show you a few examples of what that looks like. So I shared in a YouTube video recently that this 4 brushstroke style painting kind of looking watercolor designs were really trending and selling well on Etsy. So what if you were the first person to combine the custom photo of dogs with this type of design style? So I think it could be interesting to actually do one more this style where it's all one picture instead of 4 separate ones, unless you want to do kind of 4 different pictures of the dog. I think that could be a good option, but this is what we're going to start with. So you'll want to switch it to the 4.0 model. So this is where it actually connects to ChatGPT, and the reason why you would actually need to pay for this one. You do only get so many of this type of search model with the pro version. So I went ahead and uploaded a picture of my brother's dog, and then I'm going to add in my prompt here. So let's try this prompt. I said, create a picture of this dog in the same watercolor style as the photo with a more nature-themed background, but still keep it in the same 4 paintbrush stroke sections and put the name Pancakes below. So I always like to copy my prompts after I write them in case I don't get exactly what I want. I'll know what I typed in and I can click the back button and try something new. So here's the design that it came up with. I don't really love that the paws are behind the name. And so what I maybe would do is go back and have it make it without the name instead. And it does take like 20 or 30 seconds to make each design, so I'll just fast forward through those parts. Okay, so this is actually adorable. So I forgot to tell it not to put any text below, but luckily this text isn't underneath anything, so I can actually use the little eraser button here and just erase all of that nice and easy and click erase. Okay, here it is, super cute, and then you can actually just click the add text button and you can add the text right in here if you want and change the color. There's not a ton of options, but you can absolutely get it done. And it might be better depending on where you're gonna be customizing these. If you wanted to, you could add the text in a different editing software, but if you don't want to, then you can add it right in here and you could put the custom name right underneath it. Now I'll go ahead and show you how to save this one, but then I have a few other ones that I got ready. So when you click export, sometimes you can just click upscale and remove background and it'll work perfect. So we'll see what we get this time. Yeah, see this time it actually removed the brush strokes. And so I'm gonna exit out of that. When it does things like that, I'll click upscale first. And after it upscales, then I'll have it remove the background. And you do need to upscale your designs anytime you're making anything with AI. You see here it's 1024 by 1024 pixels. You really probably want your design closer to like 4000 by 4000 to make sure that when you put it on like a big poster or a shirt, it prints really well. So now it's the high quality, and now we can click remove background. And it's cool that Playground gives you a few options if they're not sure exactly how you'd want the background removed. To here they gave us 4 options. We want to pick this one that doesn't remove the paintbrush strokes, and then we are all set. We can click download the upscaled version, and that's when we can actually upload it to Printify, publish it to Etsy, and people can buy it. But I have a bunch more examples to show you of different ways that I think would be fun to add value. I found this one that says the mayor of Knapsville, and I thought this was really funny because shirts like this that are just like a meme shirt, an unhinged shirt, sell well on Etsy every day, but I haven't ever seen someone combine it with a custom pet photo. So let's try that here. I made my prompt, change the raccoon out with this dog, but keep everything else the same line drawing style, cowboy hat and bandana around its neck that says mayor. So let's click go and see what it gives us. Oh my gosh, I think this turned out so darn cute. I think anyone that has a Shiba Inu dog would absolutely love this. So even if you aren't selling this as like a custom photo item where they get to send in their dog photo, if you design for custom dog breeds, which is another really popular niche on Etsy, you could just find photos of dogs and make designs like these for specific breeds, like one for Shiba Inus, one for Golden Doodles. I think that's a really interesting idea to use Playground for as well. But let's look at the next template. The next one that I found is actually much more realistic looking, which is interesting to try. And I thought this would actually be a really cool one to put on like a poster or a mug instead of a shirt. I think on a shirt it would be kind of funny, but I could definitely see someone having like a wall art like this in their bathroom or something. And so I added the custom photo of my brother's dog. It says change out the cat in this photo for the photo of this dog with the head and paw sticking out of the broken paper. So let's see if it actually gives us a really similar looking dog to my brother's dog. Okay, so I think this one turned out really, really cute. I think this would be a really fun example. So I like the more cartoony ones that I've been trying, but I think trying some more of these realistic ones could really do well. Again, I don't know about on a shirt, maybe it would do great, but I think on something like a poster or a mug or something, this could do really well, or you know, in someone's bathroom. I think this is pretty funny. And if you're enjoying this tutorial so far, then let me know what your pet's name is down in the comments. Let me know if you have a cat, a dog, a bird, an iguana, and what their name is. Okay, so I pulled this one up to make, and I think it's gonna be really cute. But I also noticed this one out of the corner of my eye. Like, that's hilarious. That would be a great 4th of July shirt. So I do think that mixing it with other things, so it doesn't have to just be a custom dog item, mixing it with holidays and other niches like coffee, like other stuff that sells well is a really great idea. So with 4th of July, just right around the corner as I'm recording this, I made this one. So it says, change this dog out for the dog in this photo's head, keep the same American flag behind the dog, and the same American flag sunglasses also keep the same text. Oh my gosh, that is so darn cute. I think people would really love this for like a custom 4th of July shirt. I think this is adorable. I think the saying that comes with this one is funny, but I think you could do something with the custom dog's name instead too. Okay, so I found this one and I was like, what if you had two dogs and you made it custom photos with this? So I uploaded a picture of my brother's dog and then my oldest dog, Leaf, who is 9 years old this year. And I said, change out the chipmunks in the square for a cartoon of each of these dogs in the box and keep the text above the same. And let's see if it can do it and what it comes up with. Because I think if it gets it anywhere close to how cute those chipmunks are, this could be a really funny design. Oh my gosh, that is so cute. I love how the Shiba Inu is like, has their paw around it and the other dogs like have the two paws on the bottom. I think this is adorable. This is one of the cutest ones. This is, I think, my favorite. Let me know what your favorite is at the end. I'm really curious to know. And I'd love to see what you guys end up coming up with because there are so many templates. Like this one you could do, like there's a million. I probably would try and avoid doing the ones that already have dogs because other people are gonna have probably had that idea. I think it's fun to kind of do what I'm talking about and change templates that are already made, kind of reimagine them and add value with dogs. Again, if you can combine it with a trend that's popular already on Etsy, that's where I think a lot of the key and the money is, or if you can combine it with another trend. So let's try another couple examples. Okay, so this one is going to be a little bit more in depth. Let's really see what this thing can do. So I said, change the dog in the photo to a photo of this dog running in the same line drawing style with the grass beneath. Change the text above to Shiba Inu and the text below to Mama Club in the same cursive fonts. Then for the date, put 20 on the left and 20 on the right for 2020 when my brother got his dog and my sister-in-law. I don't need to leave her out. So let's click go and see if it can get all of those things right that I asked for. Okay, so I really like this one. I think this turned out super, super cute. It got everything right that I asked for. I didn't even think about asking it to take away the USA, but I think it does kind of add to the design. So I like it anyways. I think this is a really cool one. And if you are liking this and if you haven't tried out Playground just yet, I do have a link for them down in the description. And if you sign up with my link, then it does help to support my channel. So really, really appreciate you if you are enjoying these. So I thought this template was really cute. And so I said, change out the head for this dog's head with the same backwards baseball cap and sunglasses. What's it? Okay, in the line drawing style, drawing over a line drawing triangle and change the text to good boy. So again, I'm going to copy that and see if it comes up with something good. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. I would love this. I think this is a really cute kind of like t-shirt design, or you could change it and add different text to make it good for other products like mugs or tote bags or wall art. But I am just loving these. I think they are so darn cute. So I think coming back to Playground, again, you would have to really just look through all of the templates and find ones that you think really make sense for you. And then to actually get these listed in your store is super duper easy. All you do is export your design, like I said, upscale it and remove the background. And then we'll head over to Printify. So once you sign up for a Printify account, if you haven't already, I do have a link for them down in the description, along with my full free mini course on how to open an Etsy shop, how to open a Printify account, get them connected, everything. So if you're brand new, that would be a great place to get started. But you'll come to Printify once you've made your designs and upload them to the Comfort Colors shirt. So here I'll click Start Designing. You'll upload your artwork by clicking upload and then put it where you want it on the item. And then you'll select what other colors you might want it to come on. And so you can go through and see what colors it looks good on. Or a lot of people just pick the same like 5, 6, 7 colors that they use in every single listing. That way it's always nice and easy. You'll just make a darker version of the design and a lighter version of the design so that it looks good on all of them. And once you've chosen the colors that you like, click Save Product. Here's where you will make the title for yours. Now, Printify does help you kind of come up with a title, but I don't usually use that. I probably would go do some research on Etsy on what the best sellers are using their title, which is probably things like custom dog photo shirt, dog mom, and so on. You'll come up with keywords until you have 140. But again, typically you're going to be basing these off of what the best sellers on Etsy put in their titles. You'll enter in your description. You can put your tags in here, or you can set them up once you get over on Etsy. You'll say that this is a personalized listing. So if you click this button, then it won't get made until you actually make the custom design and upload it to Printify. So here's where you'd tell the customer how to actually send you that photo. So you can either have them email it to you or send it to you in your actual Etsy messages. So say, after you place your order, please send me the custom photo of your pet in the Etsy messages here, etc. And then they will get that message and be able to upload the photo to you after. So then you'll choose your shipping, you'll set up your shipping profiles, and you'll set up your pricing. And once you're ready, I like to click hide in store. I also like to say show all the variants as available for purchase. And then I uncheck the mockups because I don't use Printify's mockups for my listings. And then you're going to click publish. Now this is going to get published to Etsy in your draft folder on Etsy. So that way customers can't actually see it until you've uploaded your own custom photos. My favorite way to make mockups is with my software, Simply Listed, which I will have linked down below as well. So this is an automation tool. You purchase your own mockups and upload them to Simply Listed. So when you log in, yours would be empty, but I purchased a lot of these mockups on Etsy from Watermelon Mocks is who these are from. And you build a template one time. So watch how easy this is. And this is connected to Printify. So now that I have my template built already, I just click this button and here you can see that Printify product that I made of the shirt. So click this and say create mockup. Now it's gonna go grab that design from Printify. It's gonna put it on each of your mockups. If you have it, put it behind a necklace, it can do that. It'll lower the transparency or tilt it. It'll crop it if it's a cropped shirt. So it can really do it all. And then all of your mockups will be made for you and ready to be published to Etsy. Okay, and here are the mockups. So it grabbed the mockup from Printify and put it on each of the pictures. Now, if I had put a different version on the light shirts versus the dark shirts on Printify, then it would have picked that up. And I think they turned out so cute. So this would be a fast and easy way to make these mockups for your listing. And if you love them, you'll just go ahead and click publish to Etsy. So then you'll come over to Etsy and you'll see the listing that you published from Printify. And now it will have all of your custom photos. It'll have the custom video if you had us make one for you, or it will upload the video that you uploaded if you want it to be the same video every single time. So this is a quick and easy way to get your listings up in your store once you've made your amazing custom dog photo designs.